Happy Tuesday. Happy January 2nd, 2024. I wanted to share with you this morning some of my daily habits and daily routines because I realized that your outcomes are a result of your habits, right? So if you want to create new outcomes, look at your habits. What do you have a habit of doing? So yesterday I had a humbling experience. Start looking at my finances because I have a habit of overspending. I have a habit of not looking at my money. So yesterday I made a list of all the money that I have spent in the past couple of days. That was a very humbling experience. Here's the thing, I did not want to do that. Nevertheless, if you want a different outcome, you have to change those habits, right? If you are like for instance, I've gained some weight. What has been my habit? Not working out, not looking at what I'm eating, just snacking, just doing everything that I should not be doing. I have to change those habits in order to produce a different outcome. So as I'm writing in my journal, so I have a daily journal, I have a habit, and I've been doing this for the past 4 or 5 years. So I write out the areas that I want to work, that I want to focus on for this month. So this is the month of January. These are the areas that I'm focusing on. Professional, that's my professional life. Spiritual, finances, emotional, health, and relationships. So I write down what I have done and what I'm going to do in each of those areas every day, from day 1 to day 30th. Next month, I may add some or take something out. Normally, I don't, unless something changes. But this is the area of focus. I am quite sure I'm going to keep this area of focus for the remainder of the year. So my area, your areas may be different. My area is professional, spiritual, finances, emotional, health, and relationships. So for instance, yesterday, I did a video on Facebook, IG. I did some reels. I did a TikTok. I did a snap, and I did a video lesson from 2023. And my lessons learned from 2023. That's my video I did yesterday. Listen to a sermon. I did my daily devotion. I do daily devotion and listen to a sermon every day. Sometimes sermons I listen to a couple of them a day. Right. This is my habit. And then in the financial area, I wrote down what I spent for the past couple of days. And I set emotional goals. So my emotional goal is peace and joy. Okay, set emotional goals because sometimes life be lifing, right? And people can say things and do things, and you can get upset, right? And then you can just not do anything. When you get upset, what do? Do you just sleep? Do you just what do you do? So you gotta have set goals, right? And understand that life is gonna life, right? But my goal is peace and joy. So no matter what happens throughout the day, I'm going to get back to peace and joy. I know that. I'm going to do things to get myself back there if I get pulled from there, right? On yesterday, health-wise, I walked a mile. And relationships, checked in with my loved one, went on a lunch date, right? That's the areas that I'm focusing on. And today I'm currently writing out what I'm going to do today, right? So starting out, I listened to a sermon. I'm in the middle of listening to one. Let me just rephrase it. I'm almost finished listening to this sermon that I listened to this morning. And it's entitled, You've Got the Green Light. Okay? There you go. And as I reflect back on yesterday, what I heard, when it comes to your time, the 5 purposes of time. So you got purposeful time. So I'm going to break it down to what it means for me. And you have to break it down to what it means for you. You have purposeful time. You have recreational time. You have rest time, recovery time, and devotion time. So in my purposeful time, I'm listening to courses that I have invested in. I'm listening to some modules from either emotional intelligence or relational intelligence or entrepreneurship training. That is my purposeful time. My purposeful time is time for me to grow. Okay, that's my purposeful time. I do that on purpose. And then we have recreational time. So in that time, I may be making some t-shirts. I may be tufting some rugs, doing things that I like to do for fun. That's my recreational time. And it's also a time that I can monetize as well if I'm doing a t-shirt order or something of that nature. And then you have rest time. So the rest time, you can put that in any way you need to put it in. Okay, so you might need to take a 10-minute break or a 15-minute break, whatever that is throughout the day, whatever that looks like is going to be different for everybody. And then you have recovery time. Recovery time is the time to go to bed. Okay, I'm recovering from the day, going to bed at a decent hour so I can get up at a decent. I like to get up early, so I go to bed early. Okay, that's my recovery time. And devotion time is exactly what it is. Devotion time. I do the devotion time is it within the first couple hours of the day when I get up. So I have this thing that I do daily, and it's Devo Devotion, Devo Energy. So they have a live video on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm on their daily devotion, and so their daily devotion is a continuation of the word from Sunday. So I'm on there because Sunday's not enough. I need the word daily. I need to be spiritually fed at daily. So that is a part of my habit. Okay, these are my habits. These are my habits in real time. This is what I do every day. Okay, you have to be intentional about your habits. Okay, because your habits produce your outcome. As a result of my habits, you see the outcome. I have so much information. I can share so much things because I am literally writing down what's coming up for me, writing out the lessons that I'm learning. If they have PDFs or things that I need to print out, I'm printing those things out, okay, in real time. This is what I do. You have to create habits, healthy habits, right? Kingdom habits. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm in the habit of, because your habits will produce your outcome. Look at your outcome. If your outcome is not what you want, let's look at those habits. We got to trace it back to the habits, right? If you have a habit of, if you have an outcome of negative accounts, negative bank statements, look at your habits, right? If you have a habit of being overweight, of low energy, let's look at what are your habits. What are you eating? What are you doing, right? If you have a habit of always being in a bad mood, always being angry, let's look at the habit of who are you around? What are you listening to? What are you doing? Look at your habits. Your habits, I'm telling you, your habits will change your entire life, okay? You want a different outcome, look at those habits. I got this book here from Hobby Lobby. And so what I do, I write down my stuff, right? I can look back on the entire year and tell you what I did. Intentional. You must be intentional about your actions, your habits, because your habits will produce your outcome. If you want to see a different outcome, you must change your habits. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It all starts with you and your habits. That's it. That's all I wanted to share this morning. Because as I was sitting here, I wasn't going to even do a video. I was like, I was looking at my notes from yesterday, and I'm intentional about everything that I do. You have to be. If you want anything to change, it's all up to you. So it's not a new year, new me. It's a new year and an upgraded me. I make continual upgrades because I make continual investments in myself. The areas that you don't have a lot of information in, invest in those areas. If you want to grow, because you only know what you know, and you don't know everything. I don't know everything. So I continually make investments in myself in those areas that I want to grow in. So if there's an area that you want to grow in, make an investment in that area. You must be intentional, because nothing changes if nothing changes, and the change starts with you. I already have signed up for an event that's in January. It starts January the 14th to the 16th. It's a challenge called The Best Year Ever. And that is a challenge that my coach / one of my pastors is sponsoring. And it's a free challenge. You can pay for the upgrade. The upgrade is VIP, like you're on Zoom. You get to ask questions and stuff like that. But get in where you fit in. You have to be intentional about your growth. You have to be intentional about your habits. If you want a different year, it all starts with you. What you gonna do? That's all I wanted to share. Happy Tuesday. Stay on purpose. That's all.